Hallo internet, greetings. Hi, hello, dag sê, groete. Yeah, thank you for joining me today for something a bit different. This has been brewing up here in the brew box for quite a while, and I thought, okay, let me give it a bit of a go. I've interviewed, I don't like using that term. I have chatted with a few of the 3-1 Battalion veterans. And what's popped out to me, I'm going to name three: Ben Wolf, Ziggy, and Donnie. I've chatted with Donnie offline, but all of them, the three of them, have a passion for music. Donnie, I think, has expressed it the strongest of the lot so far. He actually used the term, I have a passion for music. He has tens of thousands of one-off recordings on his iPod and his backup systems. I think he mentioned, I might be talking a bit of porkies here, Donnie, you can correct me, but did you say 80,000 individual tracks apart from where they're duplicated with live versions? Now, Ben Wolf has still got his vinyl. I asked him, do you still have your vinyl? And he said, yes. Ziggy left me a comment that he, in a moment of blindness, sold his vinyl. 360. Now, I tell you what, it takes time to collect 360 units of vinyl. On my SAF pay, at some months I couldn't afford any, because there were babies to feed and this to do and that to do, and the washing machine. The washing machine is always breaking, people. Why? When you think you've got money for a new reel or a fishing rod or vinyl, then the washing machine breaks. Yeah, it's long before the days of tumble dryers. Occasionally the fridge broke too, but yeah, there was a problem because then you couldn't chill your beers. So where am I going with all of this? A thought struck after Donnie mentioned something in our WhatsApp conversations. Friendships are springing up, and legacy conversations is not just simply about hearing your stories, but it's me, from my side, trying to prompt a conversation. And what better way, what better therapy than music? Really, yes, yes, yes. I pause there so that you can think about it for a bit. I've got a few on display behind me. All my vinyls, whichever my finger must go. That's better. Now, there's a reason why I've got that one there. And there's a reason why I've got that one there. And if I duck my way this way, the first person that tells me what all five of those are, I'll make it a little bit easier over here. The first person that tells me what all of these are, I'm going to send you a postcard. Yeah, from Ireland. So that one is not quite as obvious to see until I do that. I don't want to make it absolutely that easy for you, okay? I'll duck my shoulder there again. Come, Omana. I'm sure all of you would have got two or three of them. Well, the first two are very, very obvious. However, I want to further this conversation a little bit. YouTube copyright strikes and all that kind of thing. So I can't play the music for you, which is a bit of a flipping pain because I've put together my interpretation, solely my interpretation, 1977 top 20. From a South African perspective, some of these may have been in 76 in other places in the world hits, but I'm going to run through them, and I will run through them quickly, and then I'll also add this as an attachment down the bottom somehow. I have got to think about that. But if you don't see this as an attachment, then please pause a moment, drop me a comment, and I will email you the list. So what I can do is I'll take a snip of the top 20, the way I've put it together, and I'll give you what the rules are quickly. Firstly, the rules are, let me start at the top here, and I'll send you all of this detail. My way, randomly placed up to about number 5. Then, as I see it, the best of 77, again, only using official playlists. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of compilations on YouTube that you can spend hours and hours flitting from one to the other. However, that's not what this is about. This is simply about getting dialogue started. If it helps you to chill out for a minute or 3 or 10 or 12, or shake your head at me and wave your fist and say, how could you have had number 18 where you did? It should have been at number 13. That's the idea. Bring back the memories. Let's stir the pot a bit. Ja, mense, kom ons gesels. Musiek as die tema. Jy kan totaal en al met my verskil. Jy kan dalk wil hê dat daar moet bietjie boeremusiek hierin wees. Jy kan klassieke musiek wil luister, maar ek doen net, ek gebruik 3 bronne, 3 sources in this, using 3 websites to jog the old memory: USA, SA, and UK, about 6 per list. And I give you the links here, live links. You can go there, you can go and look at the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and you can pick your own, or you can just randomly pick your own. But these are more or less based on USA, SA, and UK charts of that specific year, which in this case is 1977. Only 1 song per artist/band, even though they may have listed more than once in 77. Once again, I'm going to state this. This is utterly subjective. As I say, my choices only. The reason I don't like soppy music, so you're not going to find Vorster, or what was that other? I don't want to play house. Those kinds of things. You're not going to find them here. And, I don't like soppy, and I like soppy country even less. Okay, so here we go. I've given you a few rules there. This is a Word document, folk, that I'm working off. This is where I compile it. If this does stimulate, which I hope it will, then I'm going to do 78 next and 79. Why did I start with 77? Because that's the year I went to the Air Force. That's also the year that I had the privilege of buying my first vinyl. One of the 5 behind me was included in, I bought 3. Well, 2 were doubles and 1 was a single. And of the singles, one of the cuts on here is on my top 20 is on that single. Anyway, sorry. The point of the matter being, 77 was the year I joined, and I then had the odd rand to go and spend. I see some of the tags here, 8 rand, 2 rand. Where were those days? I remember my first pay, I think it was 116 rand. Yeah, per month as an apprentice in the SAF. So the fortunate part of that, they fed you, they housed you, they more or less clothed you. So my smoking money had to come. Yeah, sorry, I was one of those for a while. And then the odd beer that you bought occasionally. I mean, we were pretty fit. So you could drink 2 beers or 3 beers, and pretty young. I began my basics at the age of 17 after matriculating. Yeah, I went that route. Any case, long story short, so 77 it is. This is my 77 compilation after much review. I have one or two songs in here that shouldn't belong here, or maybe, but I've done it on purpose. It may spark a memory. And the one in particular, is the Star Wars main theme, John Williams and the London Symphony Orchestra. Why? Because I think we all waited for that movie with bated breath. I actually went to the Bughouse to go and watch this movie. Loved the first Star Wars, and then after that it just became boring and repetitive and whatever. Sorry, don't shoot. My opinion only, and I'm entitled to my opinion. Okay, number 20. If You Leave Me Now, Chicago. Think about that one. Yep. Does it jog a memory? Have you forgotten? Number 19, Mississippi, Pussycat. Yeah, remember. That one almost had me in a boxing fight, but that's the story for another day. 18, Living Thing, ELO. 17, You Make Loving Fun, Fleetwood Mac. I had to fit Fleetwood Mac in here somewhere. Sometimes I like them, other times I don't really like them. I like Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac. That also says a thing or two. Here comes a bit of a forgotten one at number 16, Angelo, the Brotherhood of Man. You remember it? Number 15, this was massive. Don't Cry for Me, Argentina, Julie Covington. Now I'm stressing again. I'm playing, including these in my list. I can't play them, unfortunately. I can podcast. I can put a podcast together and link it here, but I haven't gone that far yet. I'm toying with the idea. I have done it in the past where I put podcasts together. So maybe if you like the idea, then I can do a monthly or weekly or whatever. Weekly is too much. So a monthly podcast of my particular list for that year. So 1977 in this case, as I keep saying. All right, next up, number 14, Rocking All Over the World, Status Quo. Yeah, of course we were rocking those days, weren't we? We were young, wild. No, we weren't wild. We were never wild. And this is a particularly interesting one for me. Yesterday's hero, John Paul Young. I did a sketch with a Stahldock type helmety thing and put a bullet through the top of and with blood spots and a skeleton. And yesterday's hero's words underneath. And Sergeant, he was sergeant already, or he was still corporal at that stage. Corporal van der Westhuizen, Bok, walked in to do inspection and he stared up and down at us and he says, "As jy nie daai kak van jou kasse deure afhaal nie, dan gaan ek van jou eergister se hero maak moet. Luister." Anyway, basics were done then already. I thought we were big boys then and we could do what we wanted to for decoration. All right. Star Wars, as I said, the main theme. John Williams and the London Symphony Orchestra. I put this around this mark because okay. 11, Pearl's a Singer, Elkie Brooks. Remember that one? Number 10, Bonnie Tyler, Lost in France. Yeah, she could sing a bit, and this wasn't too soppy, so that's why it's here. Number 9, 2468 Motorway, the Tom Robinson Band. Number 8, this was big too. So You Win Again. Yeah, we were winners. We meant to win again. Okay, number 7, a bit more of the rock of the era. The radio rock, should we say. Barracuda by Heart. Particularly good song. I think there was a semi-South African version there somewhere along too. Barracuda. Okay, and then number 6 is the one that I mentioned before, one of the single that I bought, single LP, Rod Stewart, Atlantic Crossing. I don't want to talk about it. The first cut is the deepest. That's the way it sort of charted, the two together. Yeah, terrific. I think that's on side 2 of Atlantic Crossing. Number 5, for us Air Force types, we would gravitate towards anything in the in the title that was flying related. Jet Airliner, Steve Miller Band. Number 4, and this has got to number 4. It could have been higher for me. Blinded by the Light, Manfred Mann's Earth Band. I just absolutely love Manfred's Mann's Earth Band stuff from that era. Don't be surprised if 1978 you find another. 1979 you find another. I'll go and ferret them out. Somewhere along there, Davy's on the Road Again. I mean, that was a classic, but I'm not allowed to mention it yet. All right, then slightly pointing towards number 3 is pointing towards the era that it was. The disco era was beginning moving. Donna Summer, Love's Unkind. I love the song. I always have. It's about one of the few disco songs that I did appreciate. Number 2, Lost Without Your Love, Bread. I mean, bread is a bit of a religious thing for some. You can put headphones on and listen to Bread LP after Bread LP, and the memories come flooding back, or they don't come flooding back. And number 1, this is not my favorite Eagles song, but this was so massive that I have to put it at number 1, Hotel California. That particular LP has got 1 or 2 cuts on it that is more in tune with my way of thinking. The Last Resort, particularly that song. So I'm going to talk to Hotel California on a separate day. The LP, we can maybe do LPs too. If there's any need for discussing individual LPs, we can maybe do that. Now, that's why you see the Eagles live here, because I have the original copy too of Hotel California, the LP. It's here somewhere in my collection. I just pulled out first and foremost what I thought we can talk about today. So I'm going to show you the 5 again briefly, and then you tell me what you think they are. All right, so you know that one. This one I was sort of trying to show you a little bit, but you have to be quite sharp, I think, to recognize that one. So let's leave it like that for now. And then on this side, I'll give you a clue. That's a triple, that's a single, and that's also a single. And I did some terrible with this man's music. I accidentally sold both my copies because I thought I had another copy. So I sold the wrong one. Instead of selling the second copy of this one, I sold the other one. Unikak deur A.G. Visser. Yeah. Anyway, how did you like that? Does it work for you? Does it not work for you? Tell me about it. Because I can continue doing these, but if it doesn't work for you, so what? I'm not going to waste your time, because to me, music is not a waste of time. To me, it moves brain cells about. It brings good memories, usually good memories, when you hear a song from that era, where we at times, when life wasn't easy, let's put it that way. Wanneer die korporaal jou rondgejaag het. Days were difficult, some days. Other days were good. And that's what music's all about. I mean, were you allowed during basics to jive in your bungalow? We sort of were, you know, these little tape recorders and things like that, but no hi-fis. Nobody had the money to go buy a hi-fi. I bought my first hi-fi after I qualified. I was actually an officer's course when I bought my first hi-fi. And I think some people in the hotel, we were living in a hotel. That's where the SAF put us up for that course. But that's a story for another day. It's got nothing to do with it. Let us know what you think about this. And for now, ek gaan sê baie dankie dat julle gekyk het. En ek hoop julle het dit geniet. Laat my weet. Comments below. And I promise you, the first guy that gives all 5 of those, I will get his postal address, and I will send him a postcard from Ireland. I promise you I will do that. Okay. I'll pipe up for now. I wish I could play some of these songs, but as I said, YouTube strikes. We can't have that. Copyright strikes because I think Koos will moer me stikkend if I cause that to Legacy Conversations. Right, enough chat. Thank you very much. Dankie dat julle gekyk het. Laat weet. Thank you very much. As per always, until we chat again, God bless.